Hi, good evening. I had to redo an excerpt from last night because there were some technical difficulties. So I'm starting on page 6 from Falling Off the Limb, and then I'm heading from there. This story is a story about estrangement between an adult child, son of who was 26 when he left, and he is now 27, and his mother, which is me. We moved to Duluth in 2012, and from there, Fletcher attended high school. He prospered greatly when he took a job at McDonald's his junior year. He stayed there almost 4 years, possibly 5. After high school, he started smoking weed and missed work one day. Later, he was given a choice to quit or be fired. I helped him fight McDonald's management for unemployment. He won a provision. Fletcher met many close friends in high school, and they were named Kiefer, Jeremy, Spencer, Marcellus, and Sean. There were also a few others, and one was named Parker. Day 23, November 30th, 2024. I am open to God's riches, but my 2 levels of urgency after my son left was to get out of the cold and have a winter siesta. I had some money saved, but not enough to take the whole winter off. It is too hard for me to look at his empty bedroom and all the kitchen appliances he left behind. I want to follow my son to where he is living in Virginia, but I'm unsure where he is. Day 24 to the 26th, December 1st to the 3rd, 2024. Some days I cry and some days I make videos to try to explain my feelings about him and what transpired in the final days of what I think about his absence. I only make 2 videos and then converted them to making private unlisted videos to him directly on YouTube. At times, I really hate the fact that autism exists or ever existed. It was as if society itself created the need to disassociate. The student enters the academic world and they are unable to meet the simplest demands the school requires. Even when I am teaching, the mainstream students often cannot meet the simplest demands of the teacher. They don't want to and they can refuse. They cannot see the end goal. I don't understand why some kids have so many problems just functioning in regular society. The expectations are too much for them. They have a general disdain and unwillingness to try. Sorry. Someone in life has disappointed them and they don't see the need to try. My son is one of those people. This is my interpretation. However, I see other autistic students do better with certain supports. In high school, my son was on an IEP. After he got his job at McDonald's at age 16, school became so low on the totem pole he could not have cared less. I helped him with homework in his junior and senior year. The only class he showed a real admiration and effort for was civics. He had a strong red-headed teacher who was married to a Minnesota legislator. He dressed up in a suit one day to go to the courthouse with the class. The teacher, Rick Updegrove, made an impact on his life. Later on, when that teacher ran for city council, I wrote a letter to the editor of the Duluth News Tribune on behalf of that teacher who was running for office. The social studies teacher made a huge difference. Heidi Lyle, his special ed advisor, was also integral to my son's success at Duluth East. God told Moses in Exodus 4, "Am I not the one who made the maimed, blind, and dumb?" My son is not in that category specifically, but were these shortcomings planned? Did God plan these disabilities? Autism really did not spring up till the mid 1990s, and it is a definite byproduct of the stressful society we live in, fragmented by obsession with the internet causing isolation. Is it my fault for having a baby too late in life at age 37? I was barely 37 when I got pregnant. Only God will reveal these mysteries to me. In my view, my son is only autistic noticeably in the sense he sometimes has a hard time making eye contact. He hides his feelings a lot, and when he shows his feelings, they are wooden. I don't feel like he had a lot of confidence doing homework, but I believed he lacked interest. He did not spend long periods of time researching any one topic, but he did like reading novels, including Stephen King. I am wondering why Fletcher was thinking after he flew the coop in the late fall of 2024. And I am feeling empty and unfulfilled as a parent, but only on certain days. Some days I am so busy it feels like business as usual. I cannot correct what I did wrong because I haven't contacted him in 64 days as of January 11th, 2025, nor has he contacted me. I don't necessarily think it was my fault. By telling him to stop drinking alcohol, I may be considered a bad parent to him and unsupportive. I have checked with state and local police and put out a golden alert that nobody honors. A golden alert is for someone who has a disability, whether it be learning or mental health, and is considered more vulnerable as a missing person. If a missing person is found, as my son was on the side of the highway in Richmond, Virginia, while traveling, that is a one-time shot. He can never go back to a missing persons report nationwide unless I move to another city and suspect his whereabouts and where he disappeared a second time. I checked with the DMV in Virginia to see if he changed his car registration. I checked with the DMV in California to see if he changed his driver's license. I am not a detective, just an amateur sleuth called a mother, trying to track down my son. I have no way of tracking him down because I made a national database missing persons report that they told me that they had initiated a welfare check on him and he seemed fine. That was in Richmond, like I just stated. Am I supposed to let him go randomly into the wilderness, never wondering how he turned out or where he turned up? Will I only hear from him if he's in a desperate state? He has cut off all contact with the family since 2023, except for me, but then decided on a remote level to add 2 family members on his dad's side of the family on Facebook around September 2024, 2 months before he left. He started ignoring my side of the family and his Liberian side of the family in June of 2023. He doesn't try to talk with anyone from either side of the family. In the summer of 2023, he tried calling his aunt and uncle Nancy and Bill in San Francisco. He wanted to visit them. Nancy did not call him back, and that was part of the estrangement. Her friend in Minnesota had a quadruple bypass, and she would have to travel at that time and would not be home at the time that he wanted to visit. My twin sister gave him the information. Our family assumed that that he may have been upset about that and the lack of the follow through. Okay, I have to stop on page 10 because something came up in my life, and I'm going to make another video shortly. So stay tuned for the next excerpt. Thank you so much. It'll get better as time goes on and more deep.